my shorts.
2 weeks ago on the last podcast, we mentioned that Sony had cut like an enormous deal with Netflix, remember? Because Sony is like the last of the major studios that doesn't have their own streaming service. Yep. So they gave Netflix an exclusive first pay window licensing deal in the US that will allow them first pay window rights to Sony Pictures titles following their theatrical and home entertainment windows, as well as the ability to license the rights to select titles from Sony's library. So basically, they're giving Netflix the rights to get the movies on streaming first, essentially, after they've left cinemas and gone to home entertainment, home media. They've also, as part of that deal, it also allowed Netflix to the option to finance a number of titles for the studio's motion picture division. So Netflix can co-produce a number of Sony Pictures films. Mm-hmm. But it's also been, this almost feels like they've kind of gone behind Netflix's back a little bit, like having a little affair with them, because now they've gone to Disney.
It's a Sony thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Sony. This is, out of all the studios to pull a move like this, I'd say that's
the one.
fucking Sony.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's reported that Sony, well, it's not just been reported, this has happened, Sony has cut a deal with Disney, not just for Disney Plus, we're talking everything fucking Disney.
Really?
Yeah. So essentially what has happened is Disney wants as much Marvel shit as they can in their possession.
Yeah, for sure.
So essentially Disney wants, because they've got all the Marvel films on Disney Plus.
Because they've got Spider-Man and stuff, haven't they?
Sony owns Spider-Man and all of Spider-Man's entire rogues gallery of characters and shit. Yep. So obviously Disney and Sony have that co-production deal, which is supposed to expire soon again after it's been renewed, where they can make the Spider-Man films together and Disney can have Spider-Man and the Avengers crossover films, all that kind of shit. But there's been a big gaping hole on Disney Plus. They have the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe on there, except for the two Spider-Man films that are part of the MCU, Homecoming and Far From Home. The only one missing would be the Incredible Hulk, which is owned by Universal.
Right.
So now, Disney, this is from a Variety article, I'll read it out, right? Disney has set a massive movie licensing pact with Sony Pictures for the US again that promises to bring Spider-Man and other Marvel properties to Disney Plus, starting with Sony's 2022 release slate. The wide-ranging deal, which runs through Sony's 2026 theatrical slate, also calls for Sony titles to run across Disney's array of streaming and linear platforms, making it unprecedented in scope as it covers Disney+, Hulu, FX, ABC, Disney Channels, and Freeform. It also includes a significant number of library titles that we spread among various outlets. Hulu will gain access to what Disney described as a significant number of library titles starting in June. Jeez. There you go.
It's incredible.
So essentially, this says it starts as of 2022. So that would mean probably it wouldn't include the next Spider-Man film because that comes out this year, maybe, depending on whether that gets pushed again. The next Venom film comes out next year. So that could be the first. But it also does mention that back catalogue. And Disney would not have cut this deal if they did not make a deal for those other Spider-Man films. So I can guarantee those Spider-Man films will be on there, as well as probably the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, Tobey Maguire, and probably the Amazing Spider-Man films as well with Andrew Garfield. So I imagine all of that would now go to Disney+. Who knows, that might wind up on Disney+ and Netflix, depending how they've cut this deal. Because when they were talking about the Netflix one a couple of weeks ago, there was mention of like the Venom and Spider-Man. So if this is like a multi-platform sort of deal, well, yeah, there you go, multiverse. This is currently only USA, but I can imagine that Disney will be licensing it globally.
Yeah, you would think so.
This is apparently going to cost Disney millions of dollars, no figure on that. But between both deals, Disney and Netflix, Sony's expected to make $3 billion over the lifespan of the deals. It is described as Sony by a groundbreaking deal, which it really is. How's that, huh? Yeah, Sony's sitting there thinking, well, we have to do something. Everyone else has got their streaming service. What are we going to do? Right. But Sony, again, at the best of times, can be a little bit incompetent. So they've probably realised, we probably can't run our own streaming service.
Yeah,
let's just let someone else do it for us.
Either that or they're smart enough not to run their own and let somebody else set up the infrastructure and everything else and then just license it out to people.
Yeah.
It's not a stupid thing.
No, exactly right. Now, another thing that came out yesterday or this morning, one of the PlayStation, it was like PlayStation, I think it was one of the European PlayStation accounts, tweeted out something about Sony movies coming to PlayStation Store. So being able to buy like brand new release Sony movies through the PlayStation Store, and then they quickly deleted the tweet.
Wow.
Yeah. So you could be getting these Sony films across fucking multiple platforms. It's crazy. God. It's just crazy to think. Chuck Saftler, which is the head of business operations for ABC, Freeform, FX Networks, and acquisitions for Disney's media and entertainment distribution, has said, this landmark multi-year platform agnostic agreement guarantees the team at Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution a tremendous amount of flexibility and breadth of programming possibilities to leverage Sony's rich slate of award-winning action and family films across our direct-to-consumer services and linear channels. It's a win for fans who will benefit from the ability to access the very best content from two of Hollywood's most prolific studios across a multitude of viewing platforms and experiences. Because, of course, Sony owns Columbia Pictures as well. So they'll have access to just a whole breadth of shit. And, of course, when you think about Disney Plus, you've got all the old Fox stuff on there as well now, too. Yeah. So what a behemoth of a streaming platform that is. That's the place to be. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.